There's no place to escape to.
This is the last street.
On the left. That's when the cannibalism started.
What was that?
Oh, look at this. I can talk. I can talk without moving. I can talk without moving my teeth.
Well, a lot of people can talk without losing their teeth. It's actually not that difficult to not. You just have to sit here. You have to be able to talk clearly while losing your teeth.
Most people can talk without losing their teeth at all. In fact, you could hardly talk without losing your lips in any way.
Yeah, the idea is that if you don't lose your lips, then it's easier for you to, I guess, you are a ventriloquist.
Well,
Yeah.
why is ventriloquism legal? In the sense that it is extremely, it's one of those hidden talents. I bet you ventriloquists mess with us all the time. I wonder how many ghost hauntings are just one of the kids figured out ventriloquism, and they're just messing with the whole family.
Again, somehow your listening skills, I'm going to say lack of, but they do bring them back around because that was the whole thing with Jeff the Talking Mongoose.
Yeah.
That was the whole thing with the Enfield haunting. That was the whole thing of like all of these various different spirituals. That's what they said, that they were just very enhanced or natural ventriloquists, which doesn't really happen. You can't be a natural ventriloquist. It's a very common, safe debunking. It's like saying fucking weather balloon or swamp gas.
Yeah.
Well, you know, I can do ventriloquism.
You know what I was like?
I was yelling.
I like doing the small of the
This is how you can talk with a mouthful of mashed potatoes.
fucking or a mouthful of dick if you're trying to figure out how to get a guy to tell you your secrets.
Hello, you look like Mac. Remember that movie Mac and Me with the big old alien?
Yeah, Mac and me.
Yeah.
You say I look like fucking Mac at me?
You blew out your lips like that. When you blew out your cheeks like that, which you're not supposed to do apparently.
Oh, Banu says that, hey, Doug Sackman agreed to act on my development meeting pitch. Congrats. Doug Sackman's a great actor. Even the best thing, honestly, he'll fucking drink all night and work all day.
That's
yes,
right.
he will. As long as the work is drinking. All right. So we have a great episode today. None of us had to do anything, which is awesome.
That's my
Just showed
favorite.
up.
We just showed up, and it's Travis's. Travis, it's your mandate. But please, God, don't show any more child abuse.
And a fun thing I like to do with my mouth since getting a girlfriend is scream French words into her open mouth. You should try it with your own spouse.
Travis, that is disgusting.
Try it out. It's very funny.
No, that is not healthy.
This is a part of his generation. His generation is different.
It was a
He's
TikTok
5 years.
challenge.
It was a TikTok challenge.
No, it wasn't. Although I'm going to start the new TikTok challenge. Scream into your significant other's mouth the word omelette du fromage.
Omelette du fromage.
It's great.
Is that about cheese?
That is a cheese omelet. Yes, it is.
Yeah.
Yes. Well,
This will
let's
do it to Jerry.
You know, French.
Now officially your son.
I know. For those that don't listen to any of the shows,
Ben did a lot of politicking to get this.
I did no politicking at all. It was a decision that we made together as adult people who want the best care for little Jerry. And so, yes, he is officially my dog, and he knows it. I told him. He's only ran away twice since then, and but he's running away. But like he's not going as far.
Okay. Well, speaking of child endangerment,
Yelled into a vagina.
No, you cannot do that. You could actually kill somebody.
look how these guys don't
I'm not
care that I
talking
said
about, like-
child endangerment. They just trampled all over it.
Sorry. I'm sorry I did this.
You don't care. No, you don't care. You don't want to save
Right
the
into these children getting destroyed.
You don't want to save the children.
I don't. I honestly do. At some point, I do believe that kids need to be strong enough to survive on their own.
Yeah, it's called becoming an adult, but they still need to be loved as children.
Okay, well, this is a horrible transition to this, but this teenager becoming. So let's start this first.
Oh my God!
Oh, wow.
The audio tapes of conversations between the former teacher and her
we can't hear
14-year-old boyfriend
We've
with his
lost
voice
all audio.
disguised
We
were
have a
released
blonde
on
woman
Thursday.
Walking into the
Blonde woman, this is great.
courtroom.
Oh, great.
This is how we begin in a way that is, man, we're just so tight.
Yeah.
Lower the
Always.
expectations.
Yeah.
Is there no sound to the video?
No, there is.
There is sound to the video.
Just as soon as
The
we
audio
start the
tapes
show.
of conversations between the former teacher and her 14-year-old boyfriend with his voice disguised were released on Thursday.
I'm a little worried though.
Why?
Like, I don't want you get pregnant or anything. I was just thinking about it, and I was just thinking if
Oh my God.
now
So
that we've had
gross.
sex about 3 times, if I should use like a condom or something.
Oh, you're being weird.
The prosecution has not yet publicly identified the young boy.
14.
But at times, the
Being
24-year-old
weird.
Fave sounds like a child herself.
So what time to time I had no.
Are you sure? Like, I just feel, I mean, I don't want you lying to your mom. I mean, it's like,
He's already got to be lying to yourself. Having sex with a teacher.
promise?
Yeah.
Pinky promise.
Yeah.
Pinky.
Oh my God.
Thinking about it.
Hey, Pinky. Whoa! Yeah, bitch monkeys! Whoa, shit! Honestly, that is a lot of fun.
I love gorilla attack, and I love monkeys. Don't give them. Do not do what that one woman did, though. She gave that one monkey a bunch of like wine and quaaludes, and then ripped off her face and ate her hands.
Yeah.
Well, I'll always remember that guy. That's what happens when you give a fucking. There's no such thing as free wine.
Yeah, well, you're definitely going to piss somebody off, because the thing with giving away free wine is you better keep it coming. It's not about the free wine given. It's about as soon as they want more and you say, oh, it's all right, we're
What
cutting
is? Let me tell you, hey guys, I don't know if y'all fucking relate to this, but what about 3 glasses of wine? Why does it always turn into 8?
I have to say, you actually have to open like a whole nother bottle. It's not even easy to do that.
Tell me, you guys, why does 1 bar of chocolate always turn into 7?
That's a lot of a jump there. Usually people would be taking a couple more bites, but you eat 6 more, huh?
Tell me, guys, why do I smoke 1 rock of crack? It turns to my whole fucking life.
Well, you're a fun guy.
Why does it turn to my whole fucking life?
It cuts down on the chocolate, probably increases the wine, though.
Okay, let's actually move on to this next video. These are people who do smoke rock.
Oh,
This is a group of fellows
That's
who
the
do smoke rock.
term. That's the term.
is it? I remember when I got sold crack rock in Minneapolis, the dude took it out of his mouth. I wanted ecstasy. He took it out of his mouth, and he was like, I was like, this is not ecstasy. And he's like, that's what we call crack here in Minneapolis. And I was like, I don't think that's true. But I took it out, and I didn't have a crack pipe to smoke it with. Anyway, I guess I am telling this on, this is going over the airwaves, isn't it? But,
Oh, you've told this story.
you told
I
the
know.
story.
Yeah.
yeah. Anyway, it's just very tough to do with just a marijuana pipe. And it's, anytime you take drugs out of someone's mouth, you got to think about the family that you're taking that from too.
Well, you did
That's
smoke.
that man's
yeah.
children's crack. Yeah.
But you did
crack out
smoke
of-
crack.
What's that?
You did smoke crack, though.
I did not test it. I don't know what it was. It could
You did not inhale the crack.
I didn't.
Yeah. This turned immediately into I did not inhale.
I did not.
That fast. You're not running for Brooklyn Borough President.
I did not. No, that would have helped. Transparency.
All right, so let's see these fellows who might also imbibe.
Outlaw bikers, but terminology that is uniquely their own.
This is the thing we call a
Triple
dog.
sixes symbolizes the mark of Satan.
Yeah, we know. We all
The 69
know.
patch is worn on members'
Cunnilingus.
colors, which symbolizes that the wearer has committed cunnilingus or fellatio.
Wait a second. With witness present? But why 69 is not just with witnesses?
Angels forever, forever angels.
Cool.
AFFL stands for Angels Forever, Forever Loaded.
Cool. Like it.
BFFB stands for Bandidos Forever, Forever
Forever
Brothers.
brothers.
I want that on a T-shirt for
stands
us as
for
friends.
Brothers
That should be
Forever,
us,
Forever
dude. This is about friendship.
BTBF,
It is.
Bikers Together.
All of this is just
Bikers
hopeful
Forever.
and nice. This is about getting together with your
DFFL
boys.
means Dope Forever, Forever
Loaded.
Loaded.
Forever
It's a
loaded.
lot of the same
PO,
F's.
POB. Pissed Off Bastards of Bloomington.
Bloomington's a hard town.
I don't know if that's
All right, they're not doing this. There is.
Pill popping, dope smoking, pussy eating, motherfucking outlaw brothers biking together.
There is
And
just
usually
no
found
way.
On tattoos,
Gotta
colors,
get a
and
big
even on
jacket for
business
that one.
cards.
Yeah, what is this, raffle?
Wow.
So I
Wow.
actually see that on a business card, the PPDS FMO FFO BBBF.
I mean, if they didn't do all those horrible things to all those people, I mean, it really is just a group of friends who are just trying to go out and bike around and be BFFs forever.
The problem is the Angels always had to get into trouble, man. The Angels just couldn't be in love with the role. They was also into the 1% lifestyle. And that's the problem. So once you're a 1%er, you can't turn back around. My father got invited to open the Newark chapter of the Hells Angels, and it just seemed that my father
when he was a cop or after he was a cop.
This is before he was a cop. It was before he was a cop. And he was offered to do it, and it just seemed like even my dad was like, "You guys are a bit serious."
Serious, huh?
They're a bit serious.
Enterprise, very serious enterprise. So the person had to eat somebody out. Well, but another person had to be there. But then that person doesn't get a cuck badge. I feel like that needs to be a double badge.
Well, no. Sometimes if you're not related to one of the persons getting sucked or fucked, you're not a cuck. You're a spectator. You can sit and watch it. It does not. If I watch two people doing a 69 in my living room, first of all, I'm gonna be like, okay, here, you pay him to leave.
You pay him to leave.
But it gets to a point, yeah, please get out of my living room. But at the same time, if it's not my family that's getting sucked and fucked, I'm just watching.
Well, isn't a cuck anyone that just starts jerking it while other people are having sex in front of them?
No, not necessarily.
But it could be.
No.
I mean, yeah.
Sure,
I just feel like double up on the badge, and then so you got the person doing the 69, so they're going to get their 69 badge. But I should get a badge if I'm watching it. I should get the cuck badge.
I think that it's about whether or not that is your wife or your partner.
Yeah.
Getting railed on, and then you watch. That's what makes you a cuck. Because then otherwise, you're just either a lonely neighbor, you're a lucky butler, you're on vacation with a bunch of friends.
Yeah.
You know what's happening.
Yeah, you just like to watch.
Much like Ashley Madison, the website, there aren't actually a lot of women in the Hells Angels. So honestly, it probably was somebody's girlfriend.
I don't know, Ben. I've got some evidence here.
Oh my!
Easy Riders magazine.
She's covering up the wrong part of her body. She's like, "Oh, I don't want to shame my parents," but then, oh my goodness. Well, nothing shameful about that anyway.
Easy Riders magazine with such wonderful articles as "How to Tell Your Girl You Got Herpes."
Wow,
Yeah,
honestly,
you know what? You know what really helps with that? A letter.
A letter? A quill? I think if you dress up really fancy and try to make it seem like you're an aristocrat, and you try to sell it like, just think about all the STDs going on within the royal family right now.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, that's just incest.
Yeah.
You can also just hand your girlfriend a bottle of like antibiotics and just say you'll need these.
Okay, that's a good advice, Travis. Almost like you've done it before, the way you came up with that so fast.
Yes.
But Marcus, what are some of the Easy Rider techniques as to, because actually this is kind of, without a world of sex ed in our Puritan culture, Easy Rider did have to fill that void for a lot of people.
They absolutely had to fill that gap. Well, let me find.
It was necessary. It was definitely
That's
necessary.
Unfortunately, Easy Rider magazine does not have a table of contents.
Where's the editor?
Why don't they call them it should be a table of contents?
Mm-hmm. No, you can get it's full of ads. Like you can get this one. It's a scooter wallet.
Why would
you can get a biker's buff?
I have herpes and I want to tell my girlfriend. How do I do that? I don't want to get marketed to right now.
Maybe what you do is you do one of those old style Wheel of Fortune, and you get a bunch of letters up, and she's got to guess letter by letter what's going on, and then you flip it in your own style of Vanna White. I also think the way she might know is by if you then become virulent after the fact.
Yeah. Well, you never know. I'm happy that Easy Rider is taking this subject seriously, though. But maybe, Marcus, you could find it.
You know what? That's the thing, is that I would love to, but when I found the first half of it, it's on page 87. There's not 87 pages in here, and it said it continued from page 34, but 34 doesn't exist. It's not a well-put-together magazine.
So that means that somebody probably ripped out that page because they really had to take that home with them, but they couldn't afford to buy the magazine.
Mm-hmm.
It's quite possible that they were in an emergency situation and they needed to get the absolute reverse version of Cosmo. Because I feel like that is truly the other side of the spectrum from Cosmo.
Oh, but this
Cosmo says the same thing about like tickling the guy's balls. That's me.
No, they've
oh my
got
God,
a word.
It's me.
They've got a word search, but they call it the tit search.
That's
that is so original.
I can't wait to get a bumper sticker for my car that says my other car is a giant titty. That would be fun to just hang on from the bottom going, get milk all over you.
You could be the dentist from Django Unchained, but instead of the tooth, you could just have a big booby on top of your car driving around.
Yeah, and you can use the word search to look for different names for breasts.
It's
Dagmars, extenders, fat bobs, fried eggs.
Wait,
what is wrong with bikers? Why do all bikers
fried eggs
turn?
and fat bobs?
Why do they turn breast terminology into name for pork-based snacks? Like there is no reason to just be like boobies. Boobies are to me even feel kind of like boobies. It's kind of fun.
Ramps, risers, saggers, shakers, tanks, torpedoes, Winnebagas.
Is this a drug search or a boob search? What's going on? In a bag of.
Well, Marcus, right before we started the show, you were saying how you were puking into oblivion these past couple of days, and you were having fever dreams.
Yeah, last night.
Due to
are you puking all night?
Sushi.
Yeah, bad sushi, and I puked all night, and then had fever dreams in which my brain somehow combined John Waters and Tony Hawk Pro Skater into one horrifying dream.
Fuck yeah, man. I could see fucking Divine doing a 360 or whatever they call it, 980 or 60.
900. But the next video is, it involves both things, food and sleep, and some of the horrible things that might happen while you are asleep. So let's roll it.
Most bad things happen.
In this home video, a Japanese man makes the ritual moves of a samurai warrior, stabbing his imaginary opponent, then finishing him off with a flourish. All this time, the man is sound asleep. He suffers from a parasomnia, unpleasant and unwanted behavior during deep sleep. So do millions of Americans, including Mike Doyle. By day, he's a mild-mannered bank executive who lives with his wife in a suburb of Minneapolis. By night, he wanders the house in a deep slumber, acting out his strangest and wildest dreams.
Nothing mild-mannered about this guy.
Jumped from the top step and landed somewhere near the bottom. I got up and went back to bed, and the following morning I didn't realize what I had done until I sat down on a wooden chair in the kitchen, and I thought I was going to die because of how bad it hurt to sit.
Oh, wait. No.
In the documentary Sleep Runners,
a
range of parasites.
I wish I could run in my sleep. I don't think about running in the day.
Exactly.
A woman with sleep eating, every time she eats a bit of her brownie, she extends the pinky of her hand and nibbles on it, and that's no way that she would ever eat during the daytime.
This 21-year-old woman eats and drinks continuously over 2 hours while asleep in the dead of night. She starts munching on bread. A few minutes later, she washes it down. Then it's the bread again. Then potato chips, the drink, and once more the chips.
Sleep eaters only have partial awareness of what they're doing.
She's very classy. She's still hungry.
They don't know the full extent until the next morning. Then with horror, they will see all that they ate.
Here, it was a bite out of a frozen pizza.
Oh my God! It's like a mouse on here. I think this is this is a diagnosis for me.
A tuna fish sandwich loaded with salt and pepper, or even a cat food sandwich.
A cat food sandwich? Don't do that.
A cat food sandwich. They butter cigarettes. They put coffee grounds, Coca-Cola, and eggshells in the blender, and then they blend it all together and drink it. It's bizarre.
Sometimes the bizarre behavior can be quite violent. This is a 21-year-old man suffering a night terror.
He responds by throwing a backhanded punch at his pillow, and then he growls.
Let's see. Whoa!
In 1997, Scott Falater, a devout and devoted family man with no criminal past but a history of sleepwalking, stabbed his wife 44 times and held her under their pool.
It's something that is going to haunt me forever.
The Arizona jury rejected his sleepwalking defense.
We, the jury, duly impaneled and sworn in the
that is a sad convicted man. That is a very sad man. No, look,
in the first degree.
That's fucking brutal. All right, can I say this? All right. At what point does ambient activity, is that just a way for it to come out? Like the things that you want in your subconscious. I know you can't blame them.
A cat food sandwich subconsciously? You think you don't have to eat a bunch of cat food on a sandwich?
I eat a lot of weird shit. Right? I eat a lot of weird shit. God knows what would be in the lexicon if you went into my subconscious and just chose 3 random things to put together that I have eaten.
Do you pretend like you're a cat? Do you just like open it up like you're a little kitty and like, yeah, is that what
Angelical cats, angelical cats. Angelical cats, angelical, it's a angelical cat. No, I don't do that.
Remember
that? If you want to stab your wife 44 times while you're asleep, do you think that maybe you've been thinking about it maybe once or twice.
Yeah, I think maybe that's why the jury found him guilty there. I think also he drowned her in the pool a bunch. I'm not fully convinced that guy was sleeping.
My
That's all I'm gonna say.
dad, he was deployed to Bosnia for a year. He came back, and then suddenly he used to sleep with a handgun under his pillow and stalk the hallways with his eyes closed at night. So
that's what they teach you in the war.
But it is sort of like muscle memory, or sort of, I don't know. For this guy, it wasn't muscle memory because he didn't kill his wife a bunch of times. But my dad certainly was in patrol mode in his sleep and just stalked the hallways with his pistol.
Do you think that maybe on some form that you reminded him of some Bosnian rebel?
Absolutely. Well, no,
like
that's
them?
actually funny because over there, the Bosnian thing in like the early 2000s, it was a peacekeeping mission. So all he did was get rocks thrown at him by Bosnian children. So he is actively maybe trying to shoot children in his sleep.
And you're of smaller stature.
That is correct, Henry.
So I could see you, even with your shock of wonderful hair, you're asleep, laying there, sleeping, and then he just kind of zaps back and forth to like drinking like Dunkel beers and like all the weird. I don't know what else they have in Bosnia. I think they have a lot of
Bosnian Dunkel beer.
I don't know what they have over there. I think they might eat centipede. They got something going on there, and he's watching you sleep, and he just thinks, "Man, like, can't wait to kill the enemy."
Well, I don't think he was watching anybody. He said his eyes was closed, which is probably why I have taken bites out of frozen pizza before with my eyes closed. What I like the most about the frozen pizza bite is that they also went through the cardboard, which is quite impressive.
It's a loony. It looked like a Looney Tunes like style bite. It's the pizza.
Perfect bite.
Yeah. I found a little bit more information about this sleepwalk murder case. The guy's name was Scott Fallater.
Guilty.
Well, the reason why they found him guilty was because after the murder had been committed, he changed his clothes, put the murder weapon in a Tupperware container, put the container in a trash bag with his boots and socks, and then stashed the bag in a spare tire well in the trunk of his car.
And then he just woke up like, oh, what happened?
What a night. Oh, God. I mean, what did it say? Ambien was the cause?
No, this is like 97. All this stuff is way before Ambien came about. There was actually a guy in 1987 that was acquitted named Kenneth Parks that he beat his mother-in-law to death with a tire iron, but was acquitted.
Insert 80s road comic joke like in there.
Yeah, but he was acquitted after they took a look at his EEG readings, which were highly irregular because he'd been having a lot of problems with gambling. And that's why he wasn't sleeping well.
Okay.
So they try to blame the murder on the gambling. I feel like a lot of murder does happen because of gambling.
Yeah. But no, this was it. He drove to his mother-in-law's house and while asleep and bludgeoned her to death with a tire iron.
Wait, he drove to the mother-in-law's house and the other guy was found guilty for hiding a box, for hiding a knife? It seems like driving is more difficult.
Yeah, he went to the house. He went in with the key. He turned on his father-in-law, attempted to choke him to death. He then got back in the car and, covered in blood, drove straight to a nearby police station and confessed, stating, "I think I have just killed 2 people."
I don't think this guy was sleeping. What is going on? The man was not asleep at all.
I don't know.
Canadian.
Canadian.
Oh
That's
my
the first.
God, I'm sorry. Oh, well,
Canadian,
in
Canada,
defense, so
sleep is just different. I just, most of my dreams are pretty innocuous. And I've only been caught sleepwalking one time vaguely because I ate a bunch of Tylenol sleep in order to go to sleep one night in high school. And Jackie said she heard weird noises from my room and went past and saw me standing on the bed. And I removed all the sheets and shit from my bed and I completely stripped it. And then eventually I was singing Cats Pee on Me. Like I was singing this song sitting on top of the bed. But that's the closest I ever got. But I blame the Tylenol sleep for that.
Yeah, I absolutely, that's a very bizarre thing that you would be singing there. But all right, very cool.
Here's another interesting one. Antonio Nieto of Spain murdered his mother-in-law and his wife using an axe and a hammer, and his defense was that he was dreaming that he was fighting aggressive ostriches.
Well, it just seems like they tend to kill the people that are cliche. Speaking of 80s road comics, they're just killing all the mother-in-laws. So
it is.
If they killed like the town baker, I'd be like, well, why would he do that? That doesn't make sense. That's the baker. Everyone loves donuts and bagels.
It does feel like there's some kind of weird desire coming out.
It seems like they're not sleeping, Henry. It seems like they're just murdering people and be like, yeah, I didn't get my Z's. It's like, what is going on?
I don't know.
Here's this next video, and this guy really does have aggressive road comic energy.
All right.
They go to church on Sunday and they think they're just doing God a big favor. And they put $2 in the offering plate and they think everything's just cool. Well, you're nuts, my friend. You know, this guy comes to my house. He's a Satanist from one of the Satanist churches here where they sacrifice babies and melt those babies into candles, their skin, and that's supposed to give them more demonic power. And these Satanists came to my house, 5 of them, and threatened my life. Every time I got a chance, my Bible tape's on in the car. Actually, I don't even have a car right now. My car got stolen 4 weeks ago. And the Dallas police hardly do nothing to help me. It's even hard to get my insurance money for my car. So anyway, I'm bussing it around. Don't laugh at me, you idiot. You got the nerve to laugh at me. Sitting there on your couch, fat, eating your Doritos. Homosexuals aren't happy today. They go to bars, they're looking for love. There's no love in a gay bar. No love, and you know it.
Whoa, motocross! My God, I love motocross.
Yes!
Oh, my God. Oh, he died.
Everybody bow your head and pray, please. Everybody pray for him, please.
Wow, it did end with a death there. But that was, that is, why is he yelling at me? That's all I want to know.
It's his style. He's aggressive. What I like is the rumpled white shirt look versus tuxedo. I think tuxedo's a little much. I like the white rumpled shirt. Looks like he just got out of his car, and it looks like he is preaching at me in the middle of the street.
Well, was he supposed to be a comedian, or was he supposed to be a preacher?
He's a preacher.
That's a preacher.
That's a public access preacher right there.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
Okay. I mean, the Satanists came to his house. They
never did. They did not do that.
Don't think so?
Nope. Absolutely not. He is making that up.
Yeah. Satanists don't really go anywhere. They don't do too much.
We do stuff.
Yeah, what do you do?
Yeah. They're pretty. They're pretty active. Yeah.
I go to restaurants. I go to amusement parks. I go out.
Yeah, but that's normal stuff. I'm saying as a Satanist, like where I would look at you and be like, "Oh, look at that gaggle of Satanists." What do you call a bunch of Satanists when they get together? Satanists? What do you call them?
I would call a group of Satanists. I'd probably call them a fucking
a condescension.
It might be true. I went to go see. I saw Ghost. Ghost felt like a Satanist outing.
Yeah. The band. Yeah.
Yeah. Mayhem also felt like going and seeing Mayhem felt like a Satanist outing.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, because Ghost is like a Satanist. Like you go and like it feels like that's why like there's a couple of his songs. It feels like Christian music for Satan, where he sings some stuff like that. His song is technically a beautiful song about the beauty of the gift of knowledge from Satan.
Amy Grant got kicked out of the Christian church because the song Baby Baby was not about, in fact, her true baby. It was about her boyfriend, and they were playing with a apple, pushing around with their noses in the music video, and the evangelical community ousted her for selling out to the secular left.
You know, that's what happens, though. Who's that one? What's her name again?
Amy Grant.
Is she dead now?
Baby.
Baby.
No, she's still alive.
Oh yeah, she's hot and she's doing great.
Let me look at her.
I mean, I think she's still in the Christian music scene.
She does need heart surgery, though.
She needs heart surgery.
Yeah, she just go fucking get it.
What do you mean she needs heart surgery? What happened?
Well, she had a heart surgery scar. She had like a life-changing heart surgery, and I think that she died on the table. And she said she saw nothing, and she'll never go back. She'll never go back to the church. When is this?
She shouldn't have made that song then. She got kicked out of heaven. She needs heart surgery?
Oh, she had the heart surgery. Now I think she needs another one.
Man,
needs another
heart surgery's
one.
crazy. Satan, the guy who played Saint Matt Servito, he talked about how when they had to crack him open to give him his fucking bypass, He still loves Scotch. I love it.
Yeah, but he didn't sing classic hits like Baby Baby and a series of other songs I can't recall.
He did not. No, he did not. And but honestly, if you ask him after a couple of scotches, he will say that he did.
Yeah, Amy Grant, double heart surgery.
Oh, yeah, and she's married to Vince Gill.
She's married to Vince. Wow, love Vince Gill. All right, Wild House.
Well,
But honestly,
the coronavirus.
What happened, Marcus? What, Marcus? What's going on?
you know, why are you smiling?
Yeah, why are you smiling? You never laugh. Usually, when you laugh and you don't say why you're laughing at something really, really bad.
No, I wasn't laughing at anything bad at all. There was just a funny picture of Vince Gill. He looks funny. Sorry. He's got a stupid fucking pubic hair chin, and and he looks funny.
Hey man, he gets to sleep with Amy Grant.
Oh, Vince Gill doing the chicken dance.
Oh yeah. Well, because of the goddamn pandemic, we're not doing many road trips. And I think if you're like me, you miss the guys in the toll booths.
Coronavirus.
But so let's satiate that need to speak and be communing with our fellow man in those toll booths now with this next video.
Crime, giving the toll taker 15 cents instead of 50. Her punishment, a concussion, black eye, bruises, scratches, a lump on the back of her head, and facial swelling. Channel 2 News visited the toll taker at his Buffalo home. 51-year-old John LaBelle had been fired and charged with assault and harassment. He declined comment on the matter, but did seem to want to put on some kind of show for our camera.
Is he rolling?
Yes, he is.
Oh, he is? Okay.
Wow.
What's that for, sir?
Look at the innocence. Look at the innocence of
That's
this
for your
man.
boss?
Yeah, that's for my boss.
At the toll?
Yeah. He's a WWF wrestling fan.
Oh, I see.
He's a WWF wrestling fan, so am I.
Is that?
I like wrestling.
Yeah,
This is why
that kinda how
WWF
you
seems to be
behave at the
funnier
toll?
with fans.
No, I don't behave like that.
Kind of looks like Dusty Rhodes.
What's the matter with you?
Wow, so he beat that woman for giving him the wrong change.
But why would he even care about getting the wrong change? He doesn't have to track down the other 48 cents. He's just a glory. This is one of the rare areas where I don't mind automation as much when it comes to the tolls, just because it's so bad to be there. You're just buried alive in the middle of the damn street.
Honestly, it did sound like he was doing a proto dab.
It was a bit of a proto dab.
Yeah, that thing.
You almost got caught doing a dab on camera.
I dab it all the time.
Almost got caught.
Dab,
you dab
I
all the
would do
time?
it.
Don't do it.
Dab it? I'm
Don't
not
do
going to
it.
do it just because
Don't do
I've
it.
done
You'll never get elected.
Never recover.
No, what are you talking about?
Don't do
That
it.
is all the people. I'm not going to do it because I don't think I'm going to do it right. Oh, don't you're like
Don't do
Darkwing.
it.
It's called Darkwing Duck.
Let's
Used to
get
dab
dangerous.
all the time
What?
because he would always just be like, and then with the arm, see that? That is
That's a
basically
cape. That's what Dracula used to do. It's just a
that's
cape.
what
now.
Darkwing Duck used to do, which is
It
basically
was not a dab.
He didn't put his hand back. He just put it over his. He just put the cape over his bit.
Can we get a picture still? Can we get a still, please? Is there any way
It
to
was
do
a
this?
cape. It wasn't a dab. It
No,
was
I
the-
know. Minus the freaking cape. If you look at Darkwing Duck doing what he does, and then his arm was here, it was almost a dab.
No, yeah, it's one arm up and then one like this.
No, that's a different image that you're looking at. You can draw him any which way.
We're gonna get made fun of in all the Minecraft forums. They're gonna make fun of us in all of the Overwatch forums because you did the dab.
I don't think that's. Look at that.
Yeah,
you
that's
tell
what I'm
me
talking
that's
about.
not the dab.
No,
You tell me
not
that's
a
not
dab.
It's not a dab
yes,
at all.
It is a dab.
That's a no. That's a
see what
John.
dab
That's a
is.
Ben. That is a jaunty
It
stance.
is. It is
A
legit.
jaunty
I will do
stance.
this. It is this.
Yeah. Yeah. Look.
That's not a dab, and I'm not doing a dab on camera.
It's jaunty stance.
I've already done it. So
We're already gonna be such a laughing stock. They're gonna say all sorts of things. They're gonna make memes.
I feel like you guys aren't understanding. Everyone does the dab. Old people, young people, middle-aged people, us. People are dabbing. I don't know where
It shouldn't be anymore. I think technically dabbing is over. Now they do a thing
That's
called
why I did it.
There's something else that they do now.
I don't know.
Another thing,
There's
Travis.
a lot of dancing in the cars.
You know,
Travis, what's the new dance?
What do they do?
They shout in their girlfriend's mouth. Different.
All right, let's go to a video.
Okay, so this next video, I don't know if this is I love this music video, and I had never heard of it, and I just sort of come upon it. I'm pretty sure you guys probably know this, but let's just watch this great music video. Speaking of dabs, you might want to take a dab before this one.
Yeah, get fucking high, dude. Come on, dude. Fucking, you're gonna want to get ready for this one, dude.
This is really cool.
It's great.
Hours away, could be a man with $1 million. Only minutes away, could be a guy with a gun. Only seconds
Why do I see this in Marcus's future?
I don't know. What is he? Hard as Marcus.
If it gets away, there
Marcus is coming up here. Just wait.
This is Marcus. This is all aspects of him. That's me.
Here's Marcus.
Marcus is coming up.
The dying oil.
Ooh, the dying oil man. Wow. Does it make you homesick,
Just
Marcus?
Crusading. Yeah, this is like where you're from. There's a lot of people saying this is the residence. I think this is the residence.
It
right?
is the residence.
Marcus is all three of those people, actually.
Marcus is this entire family.
Wow.
He's genitalist boy and girl and dying oilman.
Look
Cancer.
at this.
It's cancer. You knew
You
he
think
had
he has
it.
cancer?
This next
Yes.
one is Henry.
This is cancer. Oh, that's me. That's how all children grow.
So fast.
It's definitely a very catchy song. So thank you, Trent.
Sold out artist.
It's true.
Interesting.
It's true. No, you should see my grill.
It's not
That's
about selling out, it's about buying in.
buying in.
Whoa!
I love my titty mushroom guy. Oh, I love Batwoman. That's a great painting of mine.
I could see that, Henry. That is an interpretation of your soul.
Yeah, especially when I play baseball.
You love baseball, Bobby Bonilla. Don't forget about that.
Oh, it's the only thing I know. I honestly, truly will say. I love that painting. Honestly, this is fun. I love all the bat imagery.
Very wonderful. Woo. Oh. Whoa!
That's a pretty cool thing. Did you
It's a
find it?
10-minute music video, and there's one part that reminded me of Ben, but there's a lot of nudity in it. So I recommend going to watch that music video called "The Gingerbread Man" by The Residents, and find out which part what you think maybe would be associated with Ben.
I don't know.
I'm gonna bet it's gonna be a big, lanky, fucking monster with a fucking just covered in filth, right?
Yeah. Well,
you want me to agree with that?
He's absolutely right. It's just an absolutely nude man on a couch.
That's great. That's what he does.
Yeah.
That is what
as is his right.
Are you?
I was supposed to go see The Residents.
Oh wow.
The last tour, and they're supposed to they canceled because of COVID, but I'm gonna go back next year.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
I'm excited. I haven't seen The Residents. I've heard that the show's going to be really very upsetting. No, I mean, I know. I am going to be in the same room as the one guy that is The Residents.
Are you going to be like, take off your mask? Are you going to do that? Are you going to yell, like, take off your mask and then like, scream like Freebird and stuff? Or
I think Overturn Apple Cart, that's you, my buddy Evan, I believe, is in the chat. Yes, that is where I learned about The Residents from my buddy Evan in college.
There you go.
I love The Residents. Honestly, they're fun. They play with your brain, but sometimes the music, I'm going to say, is challenging.
Challenging.
Because
go for Negative Lamp. There's a whole world there.
Some of it's good.
Mm-hmm. Well,
I like it when they're big eyeballs.
They are.
I love the big eyeballs.
And speaking of eyeballs, let's just move right on to this next video, which involves the deteriorating eyeballs of an old man.
Right,
Cool. Who may as well be in The Residence.
Remember that?
Might as well.
Remember that with Ben Stein with the Clear Eyes video?
Medical news now. Federal regulators are investigating almost 50 cases of blindness among Viagra users. Those making the claim say they used normal doses of the drug and paid serious consequences. KCAL 9's Dilva Henry has more.
Wait, Dilda?
Jimmy Grant believes he's going blind because of one simple reason, one little pill. He says soon after he started using Viagra in 1998, he went blind in his right eye. Still, he occasionally used the drug.
And then in March of 2000, after taking Viagra, I experienced loss of sight partial loss
I
of
must.
sight in my left
I
eye.
must continue
Grant
to use.
connected the impotency drug to his loss of sight after reading a detailed report by eye specialist Dr. Howard Pomerantz. He had treated another man with the same problem. As for Jimmy Grant, he's now spending retirement in a way he never imagined, living with his 83-year-old mother, suing Pfizer, and sorry he ever tried Viagra.
I've pretty much accepted that my eyesight is not going to come back, but I've also pretty much accepted that Viagra done it.
Now, can you? I love all these anti-monkeys. Oh man, that's so cool! I want to drive in the mall. I want to drive. Oh!
I'll be your friend.
Yes. Build it. Yep.
Ooh.
I like a little fart.
The power of Viagra. The man lost half of his eyesight and still went back for more.
Man, if your dick doesn't work, when that hopefully doesn't happen to us one day. I mean, something vaguely like it's going to happen to us.
But who was he having sex with to start with? It doesn't
His
seem
fucking-
like he had a wife.
It's
He
just
had
about being able to. I think that it really gets to the point, even if you're home alone, it's just about wanting to be hard. But now you are hard, you are blind, and you're living with your mother. And how many times are you going to accidentally bump into her?
Do we know if those lawsuits against Pfizer went anywhere?
They did not. They did
Okay,
not.
because I don't recall the correlation between blindness and boners.
But Jimmy Grant, this guy, the guy in the video, he went on like a press tour at the time, and he was going around.
Was he really blind?
I think he's just an old man who was losing his eyesight.
He was just freaking.
He really took the media for a spin.
He needs to do. We need to do the classic, like throw an apple at his head, throw a grape at him, and see if he catches it. Like I don't think this dude's blind. I honestly don't.
Well, he's definitely acting blind.
It's going to be a great alibi for when he murders his 86-year-old mother, though.
What a nightmare world, man. I remember thinking, I was like, man, I just really hope I don't have roommates when I'm 40. And then I managed to do that, although I got the dogs and God knows they ain't paying rent. But living with my mother when I'm in my 60s and she's in her 80s, that's another thing I need to avoid. You got to avoid that. I don't know how you do, unless you're a wonderful caregiver and you have a heart much larger than mine, in which case go to the doctor. But, I mean, that's just, we want to avoid that at all costs.
Yeah, I only really want to move home unless I'm shipping everybody into hospice. You know what I mean? But then they're not going to be in the house for very long.
Yeah, you got to get them out of there.
You get them out of there, you're just transitioning. But people do anything to have that big dick hard. They will do anything to make sure that their dick stays hard. And what have we learned from serial killers? Even if the erection gets touched and connected to fucking blood and screaming and pain, then you just then you're just like, I guess that's the way I do. That's the way I fuck. And that's it. They don't even question it. They don't even act like, oh, maybe I shouldn't do this then. I got to get the boner first. Boner's very important.
Oh, yeah.
Give a couple of questions there.
We're going to be getting into erections quite a bit on this week's episode.
We have one of the most intense, heavy hitters that we've ever covered is coming up soon. It's good. It's good and dark. And now I find people that transition from female to male, they talk about they have a pump that you can put, they have like a little thing, it fills with air. They can fill the penis with air so it gets hard. So I wonder, is it better to just do that than just have a drug that fucks with your vascular system? Wouldn't you rather just, because
I think that you would have to get your penis removed and put on an entirely new penis.
Why? You got the structure there, you're just filling it with air, and then if you really want to have an orgasm, you teach your wife to fucking...
I don't know.
You're still having to get surgery to get the hole put in.
I
where
would
you
much rather just take a pill.
That's-
Honestly, though, I don't. Maybe
from before, but then you don't have to get involved. You have a billiard stick with a fucking dildo at the end of it, and you're going...
Yeah. Is it really that big of a deal? I know this whole ED, we see the commercials. Everyone's like half a men. I don't think it's that big of a deal. We got a bunch of cancer going on. We got breast cancer everywhere. Why is the boner such a big deal? I think
It's a very big deal.
but when you lose it, that is God. Now God says you put the wand down, magician.
But
You're
as
no longer a wizard kid.
Menek Mati says, it's more mental than anything.
Yeah.
Well, let's see
It's like I'm worried about, because if you get a vasectomy, right? Technically, in a way, you're taking away the seeds.
No,
You're
that is
taking
not
away
even-
the juice. And then you're afraid, what else is going to change if I take away all my juice?
It doesn't
All my
take
juice
away
in it.
the juice. The juice just doesn't go. It's still in the Keurig machine. Just ain't no one pushing the water button to get anything out of it.
All right, well, let's cleanse our brains of that image of your sperm sack as a Keurig machine.
I'm just saying, gonna put it just stops the button. It just freeze button. It's a freeze button. My dad got the vasectomy. He told me about that right after I was born. He got one.
And he's like, I'll show you. There ain't nothing swimming in there. And you like look at the pool and you go down there and you're like, huh, these are dead.
Wow.
This is dead.
Wow. That could have been my brother or sister, Henry. You think that's appropriate?
Get rid of them.
Well, this next video has a guy who, a real boner wizard who'll never need any ED medication.
Man,
One of the
art
more
is
popular
crazy.
bands playing in London is a group called the Devoted Men, led by Mark, High Priest of the Temple of Olympus. Mark says he receives transmissions from demon gods and goddesses who give him the music and lyrics to perform on stage.
Very frequently there's this otherworldliness about the words themselves. It's almost as if we're not writing the words, but we're just, our hand is performing the action, but it's not our mind.
You left turn. This could have been you, Henry.
He dresses like Rachel Dolezal. I tell you what, fat goths never really do it. You know what I mean? Fat goths never really carry over. But I mean, like, that
Robert Smith, for fuck's sake, man.
It's different with him. It's different with him because he
wasn't
started the
fat
Cure.
to start with. He started thin with the Cure, though. I think you got to, if you're jumping in, I don't know. I think you can grow into it. I mean, look at Marilyn Manson. I love Fat Manson.
Well, Fat Manson I like, but he also he earned being fat.
But
he got fat with success. He got fat on absinthe.
Yeah.
He drinks a whole fucking thing absinthe, but it's something about the feathered hair and then dressing like fucking, dressing like end period Marlon Brando.
I love it.
Wait till you get to your full dress period, Kissel.
I'm excited for it.
The Moo period, Kissel's Moo.
You are going to eventually have a period of time where you lose the bottom half of clothes. I'm already seeing it. You're already wearing, you got the full-on jumpsuits going on all the time. It's getting softer and softer and softer. And eventually, you're going to just, why even have that? Well, this is just the bottom of a pant. Why even have it?
I agree.
I'm predicting the reverse Moo, where it's sweatpants that go up to his nipples.
Now, that is possible.
Oh, you mean, oh no, that's like a Walmart dress. I know those dresses, the ones that go all the way up. It used to be like hot
Show my
girls.
shoulders.
Hot girls used to wear those things, and now it's just mostly like very interesting older women.
Who used to be hot girls, perhaps. Who knows? And they're still beautiful.
But the thing is about sometimes it's just about being interesting. That's all it takes to be attractive.
I feel like everyone needs to be comfortable at all times. It doesn't mean that you need to have stains all over your stuff.
I haven't been wearing any belts in a while.
Yeah,
I'm wearing a lot of soft pants.
A lot of soft pants. There's something's going on there.
I'm telling you, well, this is a string. That's not a belt. But this is how does one even tie a string good for pants?
Well, you just got to tie it. I mean,
But no, but any type of tie, like I couldn't tie my shoes until I was like 9.
Oh,
really?
Yeah. You got to learn the rabbit trick. You got to go through the rabbit ear and all that stuff. Yeah.
I'm just bad. I'm bad at tying things. I always was. They thought I was mentally handicapped, and then it turned out I was too smart to tie my shoes.
I think that was a lie there. That was like that one author who said he came home and his mom said, "You're too smart to go to school," because she read the letter, but on the letter it said he was too dumb. But then it turned into like Jack Frost or something. I forget who it was, but like it turned into like a smart person.
Like a Million Little Pieces or something?
No, it's an author whose mom who got kicked out of school for being too dumb, and then his mom read the letter, but she lied to him and said, "Oh, it says you're too smart," and then but in reality she lied to him. And then he took that as encouragement because it was a falsehood. But then he went on to write multiple books. But it says, "Thank you for my good mother."
All right, let's go on to this next video, which touches on themes of anger and resentment and hostility.
Honestly, though, they did. My cousin who's mentally handicapped, they gave him a gun at the bank.
Well, of course, he's got to get the money out somehow.
Squeeze as hard as you are angry for people not seeing you, and you're just seeing the outside and not seeing the inside. Now, why don't you just say the phrase, "See
me"?
Yeah.
Whoa.
Not anybody else, me!
The saying goes that good fences make good neighbors. But how do you build a fence high enough to shield you from this kind of behavior? As seen in this local news piece.
How many fires have you had in your house? 3!
Talking out kid.
Okay,
It's a big one!
Yeah!
It's a big
Whoa, we roasted her!
Kathy Hesterberg says her family had been living peacefully in this suburb outside St. Louis for 30 years. That was until last fall, when a SWAT team descended on her next-door neighbor's home, suspecting drugs. The man they were looking for? 48-year-old Greg Jennings, an avid hunter and the owner of a local tree trimming business. Kathy says Jennings accused her mother of tipping off police. Starting that day, she says he became belligerent and bizarre.
This is what he made.
A noose in her front yard.
What the hell is he doing? He started burning fires in the backyard. The smoke was just awful. You couldn't breathe.
Deer carcasses beside the driveway and in the trash cans.
I mean, you never knew what you were going to come home to.
Letting everybody know I live here too.
Installed security cameras to document the antics.
Oh my God, he's just...
I live here too, y'all. Pay
He
attention
made
to
it a
me.
point night
Blowing
after
something
night
up.
after night to prance around out there right on the property line. Each night, his
on his
behavior got
property.
more erratic.
He's got a buddy!
The cameras are out in plain sight.
Honestly,
You
they're
figure
hammered.
they might serve as a deterrent, but not for Greg Jennings.
Nope,
According
he
to
wanted
Kathy,
to be seen.
That's him in the dead of night, strolling the grounds in his underwear. And here, that's right, he's wearing a box on his head.
I mean, he's just having fun.
That man is hammered beyond recognition.
I
His
did.
fucking mind, yeah.
I will say I definitely did the thing where I was nude and had to go bring Wendy in from outside. And I definitely just walk right out in shoes. I could just pop my shoes on, my house shoes, and I went out and got Wendy. And then Nat's like, "What are you doing?" And I was like, "I just gotta get Wendy." She's like, "You're completely nude."
Yeah, you got to put clothes on. You can't just walk around all nude. Also, it looks premeditated if you put on the shoes. The goal
I
is
didn't want dirt on my feet.
you have to be fully nude. Otherwise, people are going to know that you thought about it just enough. Because you can accidentally, I mean, you know, all of us have done that before.
Yeah. Accidentally gone outside naked?
Sure. Then
You talked about how when you were trying to find Jerry, about how many times you've been
no shoes.
As Jerry's run out, just you in a bathing suit,
so bad,
soaking wet, just
Always.
searching for Jerry on the street.
I scared the hell out of this poor Mexican family. I have no shoes on. I've walked so many city blocks in LA with no shoes on, and Jerry just darts all across the. He's gotten better, but I scared the hell out of this poor Mexican family as I'm walking over their yard, which was just rocks, because that was extra fun for me. And I finally found him, and then the entire family came out to the front porch, and they looked at me, and I was like, "Sorry, I just lost my dog." And man, I understand why they were scared. I get it. It's horrifying.
Well, 'cause just a man your size, it's just about, you know what the big kicker is? It's when you're physically wet.
Yeah, I have no shoes on, and I'm in their yard.
I think if you are wet, visibly wet, because they don't know that you have a pool.
Yeah,
On some level, they just think that you are soaked with your own grime.
And a part of it is that it's hot. It's hot. I'm chasing this dog around. Also, the I don't want to get into it, but it burns your feet.
Yeah.
The ground burns your feet.
It's 115 degrees out there right now.
Yeah, buddy, and you also think about the dogs.
And you got to think about the dogs.
Got to think about the dog, because honestly, because the dogs shouldn't be out there with that little booties on if it's too hot. But then Wendy won't wear the booties. She won't wear them. She pulls them off every single time I put them on her. And I was like, "Oh, Wendy, you got to walk outside today and you got to take a little walk because I know it's too hot for you." And then what she does, you know what she does? She just sits in the house and gains weight.
That's all the dogs are supposed to do. That's why we got them. I don't like the little booties because they're just plastic freaking balloons. They're not boots. And I just don't.
So you want Timbas? Is that what you're saying? Is that there's
You can buy boots for, you can buy boots for
shoe.
your dog. I bet I can find some boots for your dog.
Looks
I
boots
bet
for dogs.
It will kill me if I even come close to trying to put anything on him.
I'm looking it up myself. Oh my God, these are fucking adorable. Look at these fucking boots for fucking
Well, I can't
dogs.
see them, Henry.
Put them up. Someone put it up on the
How
screen.
are you gonna do it? You have to do it.
Look at how do I do it?
I don't know how you freaking think really hard. Squeeze your
Look at this. Look at the. I'm not gonna say that this dog. I'm not gonna say that this dog is dressing. I'm just gonna send this to Travis. This dog is dressing provocatively.
Oh, yeah. The dog doesn't need those.
Look at this. Look at those. Look,
Those
little
are just balloons. Those are just balloons.
Oh, look,
those are bad.
Travis, I just sent this to you. Look at this. Look at this. I mean, that's just a little bag. That's kind of fine. That's fine, whatever. But look at this little. Look at the link I just sent you. Look at this minx.
I'm waiting. I'm waiting for the tubes to send it.
Dogs don't like these shoes.
They don't like them. Some of them like the shoes.
Oh, that looks like Jerry right there. But Jerry will just eat them right off. There's no way that any dog is actually wearing these. Until the dog puts on the shoes themselves, I will believe that these are not comfortable for dogs.
Well, dogs don't know because they look at us like we're
dogs do
stupid.
know certain
Look
things.
at no, this is not the one.
Oh my God!
Oh, that's cute.
You think this grandma dog is provocative?
I don't have this link.
No, the link I just sent you. It's Coco Original. It's the Coco Original. Look at these.
Okay. Also, I want to know the price because if anyone's spending more than $10,
look at this. I don't know. It's Coco Original. It's a final sale.
This is ridiculous.
Okay, here we go.
Look at this.
1 sec.
Coco Original.
I don't know how
I
to
wanna find
express
the
this.
dog
I don't know
you
why
have
you
that-
can't see this. It is a dog, and the only way I can describe it is a dog in lingerie.
A dog in lingerie. So you're...
Look at this. It's these little vinyl slips. Look at this shit.
my
What is
God.
this?
What is that? I don't
What
know.
is this?
Maniac. What sociopath would do this to the dog?
Why are they dressing like Dita Von Teese?
I don't know what's going on.
I mean, not this one. The other one was more sheer that I saw.
What's the point?
It is. You're right, Henry. That is a provocative dog.
Right.
It's not a provocative dog. It's an outfit that they're putting. The dog is the dog. Dog doesn't care.
Well, speaking of incredible outfits, let's throw another one down the pipe just before we end here.
What is your guy? 74. Hotter than hell. I'm 75. The Kiss Alive album.
The Love Gun album. I am 1976 Destroyer Ace. I actually really want to be Dynasty Ace and wear a cape. And I was talking about, breaking mirrors, and I thought it was going to be real easy, and just, I thought I could do it. I wanted to wear a cape so bad, but all the rest of the aces were making fun of me and saying I could never pull it off. It was covered with broken mirrors, and he's got armbands up here, and a large gem in the center of his chest, and blue makeup over his eyes, and a long, beautiful flowing cape. And he just shines like a beacon.
I get it.
Don't listen to the other aces. They're just jealous, brother. That's competition. Yeah.
That's
Don't
right.
listen to the other aces. If
As
you're
a
an
brave member of the Kiss Army.
Yes, if you're in an ace competition, never listen to the other aces. They're
Yeah, they're trying to fucking shoot you down, dude. You fucking stay in the game. What kind of ace do you want to be? Don't let all these other fucking pieces of shit. They're the fake aces. They don't know. You want to wear a cape? You wear a cape. Cape's got that. You want to wear a bunch of dog lingerie? Wear a bunch of dog lingerie. Be ace. You're ace from the bottom, from the fucking soup to nuts.
Well, I thought isn't there? There's only a cat in Kiss. There's no dog in Kiss. I don't think.
No, there's no dog in Kiss.
No, there's just a kitty cat. Yeah, there's just one kitty cat. The drummer's a kitty cat.
Didn't they cut him out? Isn't there no more cat?
No,
I think Peter Criss is still being a kitty cat all day long, all day and all night.
The new Kiss guys, they put on new characters and they don new.
There's new Kiss guys?
Yeah, because the only two people that I believe are legit is Paul Stanley and Gene Simmons. They're the only ones that are.
I was at Fox News when Gene Simmons got banned from News Corps for life. I was actually doing radio, and he came on, and he was just as bad as everyone thought. But he was Gene Simmons in the elevator. Like, he was Gene Simmons 24/7.
Oh, no, he can't escape it. It's why he has multiple ex-wives.
Yeah, and then he's not even allowed at the Wonders of News Corps anymore, is he?
Well, yeah, Peter Criss is no longer in Kiss, but he is still. But there's still a Catman in Kiss. Eric Singer is now the Catman. He's a kitty cat.
So I think Mr. Criss should sue. There should be only one cat.
Only one kitty cat.
That's hard because they own the characters within Kiss. Gene Simmons and Paul Stanley, they own Kiss.
One of the worst.
That's what I'm talking about. Look at that.
I don't know.
I don't like it. Why is it wearing pantyhose?
I don't know. I think it's actually disgusting, and the dog should be taken away from the owners if those owners put those dogs in that clothes.
I found there's another one that's also awful. It's featuring a Pomeranian. It looks very provocative.
What is
It's the Coco original.
Okay, well, guys, let's
we can't do this all night.
We have to say goodbye with a maybe the inheritor of the mantle of Kiss, a hardcore hip hop band by the name of Imperial Stars, who in 2010 started a traffic jam to promote their music.
That's such a great way to get people to love you.
They love it.
Whoa!
Man, this guy will get. Did he really do this?
Yes.
Oh, he started the traffic jam?
Yes, and they paid $40,000.
I would legitimately be guilty of murder. I can't be controlled. If he really did shoot on the... Is he doing this?
Yes.
Yep.
Well, not this. See, this is...
But that's not real. It is real. He stops traffic.
Oh, my God.
On the 101?
Yes.
I want to apologize. I just don't know why I have to apologize. I just feel like I should.
I think it's all the belt buckles and fedoras that really make me upset. And I don't like those big headbands necessarily.
No, this guy, I feel like...
But look up...
how to do better as a people.
Look up Imperial Stars Traffic Jam to get some behind-the-scenes footage of their abysmal music video shoot.
Are they getting to it? Are they going to get to the actual traffic jam or not?
Literally just them standing on top of a truck for like half a second. What? It's completely a waste of footage.
Why is this the sound they showed you?
I don't know why they thought this was going to be... Would they think this was going to cut through the noise?
God, they parked a truck across 2 lanes, and then the guy driving the truck got scared and ran away with the keys.
Yeah, as he's the luckiest of all of them. He understood what he was about to do because I could just see me like emerging from my car, not scary at all until they see the fucking what I pull out of the back.
All right, but we gotta say goodbye.
Out there with 2 maces. Bye.
Bye.
Be good, have fun.
Just crushing it. Every day we reinvent entertainment.